and weeknights at 7 p.m. here on KBLA Talk 1580 with a personal invitation for you to join me and Insight.me as we present The Healing Box live at Inglewood's world-famous Miracle Theater Saturday evening, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Look, I understand your attachment style has been running your life like a rogue algorithm and nobody has had the courage to press pause. Until now, Dr. Pacoya McCall and yours truly are curating a night where clinicians, spiritualists, and an all-star panel of Black woman healers like Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford, Dr. Jashana Johnson, and spiritualist Precious McGill will join some amazing spoken word artists and the legendary comedian Louis Dix to diagnose, disrupt, and heal your relational wreckage in real time. Listen, bring your trauma. As a matter of fact, bring your baby mama. No, bring your testimony. And if you're still texting your ex at 2 a.m., baby, you're not just invited, you're the target demo. Tickets are moving fast, so grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before your dating history gets flagged as a pre-existing condition. That's themiracleinglewood.com. We'll see you there Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on because it takes two to tango and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
They have deep levels of insecurity and issues stemming from a troubled, damaged childhood, usually. And they have patterns that are pretty negative and destructive. They have a need to sabotage other people or to sabotage themselves. And getting involved with someone like that can really ruin your life. You get sucked into their dramas. They kind of control the dynamic. They feed off of controlling you by all of the emotions that they can stir up.
Yo, that was Robert Greene, the author of The 48 Laws of Power. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Monday. The world is in shambles, but your relationship shouldn't be. I mean, think about it. The world is in shambles. Gosh, what, your relationships are in shambles too? That makes living in the world even worse. Can you imagine the world being in shambles and you're lonely on top of that? You're unhappy. Maybe you're with somebody, but you're unhappy, unfulfilled, unseen, unrecognized in your relationships. Robert Greene, the author of the 48 Laws of Power and many other books, was talking about how we attract negative or toxic or maybe even narcissistic people. And we always position ourselves as, I didn't deserve that. How did I wind up with that type of person? And with the advent of technology, social media, people, relationship is a mirror. But a lot of people will mimic that and parrot that thought without really understanding the depth of it. Which leads us to our show tonight. The outer a-hole isn't your problem. They're actually your receipt. Listen, I know you don't want to hear me put it that way. Oh, but I'm going to drill down tonight. The outer a-hole isn't your problem. They're your invoice. Right? For every person that tunes in tonight, I want you to understand that they arrive carrying the same internal contraband. A story about someone else. Fully constructed. Right? It's casually airtight. They did this. They did that. If they would have done, if they could have done, they should have done this instead of... Do you understand? Every detail is arranged to produce one conclusion. The problem has a name. And that name belongs to someone outside of your body. Gosh. That story will not survive this show intact. Not because it lacks accuracy in the sense that somebody did something. Yeah, maybe they did do something. But was it in response to what you did? Was it in response to who you are? Was it in response to what you do to yourself? Right? Here is my central thesis for tonight. And it will land long before it lands true, right? It'll land wrong before it lands true, right? I'll be incorrect. Something I said wasn't quite right. The difficult person in your life did not come to destroy you. They came to collect. They arrived as the external form of an interior debt that you have been refusing to pay since before it had language for what debt even means. Wait a minute, Zoe, are you saying this is my fault? Andy, I'm saying it's your fault. And I'm not here to pathologize or make people feel bad about it. What I'm trying to say is that outer a-hole carries a question to an answer only you carry. Only you can answer. Right? Every version of this person across every relationship, different name, same invoice, has been arriving with increasing precision. Not because the person keeps making the same mistake, but because the person keeps refusing to make the payment. They're coming with an invoice. You pay them with the answer you carry within yourself. Oh yes, this is the metaphor of the mirror again. The nervous system does not malfunction. It executes. The body does not attract damage randomly. It broadcasts a frequency, specific, unresolved, below conscious attention. And the outer a-hole is simply the person most precisely tuned to receive it. Does anybody want to hear the truth tonight? How did you wind up with the toxic person? Why do you keep finding a person that you say doesn't fit? And what should they be fitting? Do you even know the shape of what they should fit? Do you understand the structure of what they should be fitting? And what was the origin of the pattern that they should fit in? Do you know that? Oh, gosh. I know, man. I know you don't want to hear it. But the voice of reason, I have to do this in these perilous times, right? Time of upheaval. The least we can have are quality relationships, right? Yeah, man. We're going through a war. We're going through energy crisis. And then you come home and you get the silent treatment. You come home and there's avoidance, there's chasing and running, or there's conflict incessantly. I mean, come on. Gas prices is $8 a gallon. Like, come on. The body does not attract damage randomly. It broadcasts a frequency, specific, unresolved, below conscious intention. And the outer a-hole is simply the person most precisely tuned to receive that broadcast. I know it sounds poetic. I'm not trying to wax poetic, right? But what I'm explaining is attachment neuroscience, Jungian shadow mechanics, and somatic memory operating simultaneously in the same relational field. What this show refuses to do is leave the person where it arrived, righteous, accurate, and structurally unchanged. If you listen to all these people out here in the relationship world, they're trying to manage a problem. They're not trying to get to the problem. Oops. If you read these self-help books, it's about managing. Right? You're secure if you can manage somebody going ghost. You're secure if you can manage your emotions. You can regulate them, right? Yeah, management, everything. Oh, here's a tip. Here's a sign. Everybody's hypervigilant. The outer a-hole. Are they but a reflection of the inner one you refuse to acknowledge? See, if you deal with the inner a-hole, you ain't got to worry about the outer a-hole because you're no longer broadcasting the frequency that says, come on over here. There's a familiarship over here for you. Yeah, not a relationship, not a situationship, a familiarship. Oops. We're vibrating on the same familiar frequency. Oh, yeah. The outer a-hole is the shadow's loudest available voice. And the shadow does not send a messenger because it wants to punish the person. It sends one because it has been trying to deliver something the person keeps returning to sender. Right? They keep returning it to sender. The invoice follows every exit. Same debt, new face, new address, identical line items. Tonight's show, though, before a single call comes through, The person sitting with this question, right, gets asked the one it has been architecturing its entire relational life to avoid. What would you have to face about yourself if this person turned out not to be the problem? Are they really toxic? And what about you, right? Made them a fit in the first place? Are they really toxic? What about your toxicity? Is your toxicity in a familiarship with their toxicity? Is that why the sex is so good? Is that why they say, if she crazy, is she got that thing? What we on tonight? Reframe the room before the first caller speaks. The audience comes in with a story about someone else. The first thing the show tonight has to do is make that story temporarily unusable. Not by dismissing it, but by locating it precisely. Before I take a single call tonight, I need you to sit with that question. Not answer it, just sit with it. The person you came in here ready to talk about, the difficult one, the unavailable one, the one who keeps showing up in different packaging. When did you first meet them? Not this version, the original version. Because I'm going to make the case tonight that you've been meeting the same person since before you could even articulate your type, your style, what you vibe with. And that very version will keep showing up until you deal with the inner a-hole. 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear what you guys have to think. Have you guys been ignoring invoices? Are they simply the problem? I want to know what y'all think. When we come forward, I'm opening up the phone lines. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Let's get this discussion going.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The midterm elections are upon us. It is voting season once again. Common Cause's motto is fighting for the democracy we deserve. In service of that goal, Common Cause puts its state and national policy expertise, massive network of grassroots supporters, and nonpartisan approach into action to strengthen our democracy against the challenges we face today. They work at every level of government on priorities that impact each of our lives, like defending the right to vote, limiting big money's influence on our elections, holding public officials accountable, and more. Common Cause is a nonpartisan grassroots organization dedicated to upholding the core values of American democracy. They seek to empower all people to make their voices heard in the political process. This election may be the most important one ever. If you'd like to make a donation or volunteer in service to the Constitution, please visit commoncause.org. That's commoncause.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
That's how.
Ever feel like there's always someone around you causing drama or holding you back? It's not just bad luck or poor relationships. You've entered the energy field of a Shaoren, a toxic aura. In Taoist metaphysics, a Shaoren isn't just a person, it's a negative frequency. It attracts gossip, betrayal, career setbacks, and drains your fortune. Students suffer poor focus and grades. Employees face pressure, gossip, and sabotage. Entrepreneurs lose deals, money, and even face legal issues. Have you felt unlucky or targeted lately? Drop your birthday below. I'll check if you're caught in toxic key. Ever?
That's interesting. Who was that, Andy? Andy's like, I don't know. Feng Shui Master Wang. Listen. I'm interested to see what you think. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Why is it so difficult for us to see the negative aspects of ourselves? Why is it so easy for us to blame others, right, for our relational mishaps? I'm very interested to see what you think, right? True or false? The person has not been unlucky. Are there people out there who think they've been unlucky in love? Absolutely. But why do they think that? True or false? The person has not been unlucky. The person has been precise. What specific frequency does the nervous system broadcast that this exact type of person, and not another type, keeps receiving the broadcast and responding to it. What? I'm guilty of it. In my 20s, she had to be at least 5'10", mocha, just super gorgeous. I didn't really care about anything else. But then when you start to peel the layers back, I did care about things that I did not want to articulate. She had to show up in ways my mother did not show up for me. Right? My mother was distant when it came to attunement. Right? She wasn't locked in. Now later in life, she tells me, when you were young, it was just too much for me to deal with. And she literally withdrew. Right? So not only did, in my 20s, my woman have to be fine, gorgeous, she also had to be attuned to my needs. I was unaware. And if I didn't get it, I didn't value the relationship or the person. The inner a-hole in me. Listen, I'm asking, because everybody wants to point at that other person. I've written about this numerous times. Right? Claim over blame. Right? My nervous system was choosing the invoice. How do you pay it? How do you pay for the invoice? You pay attention. But the type of attention you pay is non-judgmental. You're looking at yourself. You're evaluating why you show up this way. If the selection process running beneath the stated preferences were filed as apparent, what would the technical specifications list? And what prior relationship would appear in the prior? Gosh, are y'all hearing what I'm saying? We don't know we're putting this on our partner. Most of us are unconscious about it, right? Black Superman in the TikTok chat says, I've been accused of only dating dimes. It might have been superficial. Only dating dimes. Huh. That's interesting. Do you know why you keep bringing them in? And are you reluctant to see what they have to say to you when they show up? When we come forward, the voice of reason. Opening up the phone lines. I want to talk to you about it. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. A funeral was held Monday morning for Black St. Louis police officer Gregory Triplett. He died after suffering a medical emergency during a training exercise on April 1st.
Officer Triplett's legacy isn't just the years he put in. It's the people he helped shape, the officers he mentored.
Triplett was 58 years old and served the department for 32 years. Maryland's newly signed budget includes more than $50 million in state funding for Washington County. The spending plan signed by Black Governor Wes Moore includes money for upgrades at Roxbury Correctional Institution, Hancock's wastewater treatment plant, and design work for a new vehicle maintenance shop and air traffic control tower. And a national event spotlighting Black-owned businesses made a stop in Memphis, Tennessee this weekend. Shop Blackfest featured 90 vendors selling everything from food to clothing along with live music. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, host of The Voice of Reason, weeknights at 7 p.m. here on KBLA Talk 1580, with a personal invitation for you to join me and Insight.me as we present The Healing Box, live at Inglewood's world-famous Miracle Theater, Saturday evening, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Look, I understand your attachment style has been running your life like a rogue algorithm, and nobody has had the courage to press pause. Until now, Dr. Pakoya McCall and yours truly are curating a night where clinicians, spiritualists, and an all-star panel of Black woman healers like Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford, Dr. Jashana Johnson, and spiritualist Precious McGill will join some amazing spoken word artists and the legendary comedian Louis Dix to diagnose, disrupt, and heal your relational wreckage in real time. Listen, bring your trauma. As a matter of fact, bring your baby mama. No, bring your testimony. And if you're still texting your ex at 2 a.m., baby, you're not just invited, you're the target demo. Tickets are moving fast, so grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before your dating history gets flagged as a pre-existing condition. That's themiracleinglewood.com. We'll see you there Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is connecting you with services and solutions. Domestic violence and family violence is when someone in an intimate or family relationship tries to gain or maintain power and control over another through a wide range of abusive behaviors. Every single act may amount to abuse. Abuse can take on various forms: psychological and emotional, physical and economic, and sexual abuse. The Genesee Center Incorporated is a nationally recognized nonprofit domestic violence prevention and intervention organization, housing women and children from 30 days up to 2 years through emergency and transitional shelters. The Genesee Center also provides support services like mental health counseling, life skills classes, computer training, job referrals, after-school programs for children, field trips, tutoring, and comprehensive direct legal services. If you need help or you'd like to donate or volunteer, call the Genesee Hotline, 1-800-479-7328. That's 1-800-479-7328, or visit genesee.org. Everyone has the right to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
That's 100. That's 100.
Hey Psych2Goers, thanks so much for your support. Before we begin, we want to make a disclaimer that this video is not made to attack anyone, but rather it's made to be a self-improvement guide for those of you who have been feeling a little stuck. With that said, let's begin. Do you think that if you surround yourself with smart, positive people, that you'll be more successful in life? Do you think that same logic can apply to having toxic people in your life as well? Just as surrounding yourself with smart, capable, and positive people can help elevate your life, so too can toxic or manipulative people drag you down and negatively impact your life. But how do you know if the company you keep is positive or toxically negative? There are certain behaviors and personality traits that can wind up attracting toxic people into your life. So, here are 6 undeniable reasons why you attract toxic people. Number 1, you're a people pleaser. Do you often find yourself trying to make other people happy at your own expense? As a people pleaser, you might think that you actually have no value to people unless you're doing something for them. You're someone who rarely says no to others because you fear that they'll be unhappy or disappointed in you. This personality trait attracts toxic people to you because they can easily manipulate and take advantage of you, using your inherent desire to help others for their own gain. Number 2, you're generous with your time. Being generous with your time is a very desirable character trait because you form stronger bonds and relationships with others when you put more of your time into them. But do you feel like there are some people who abuse this trait of yours? Toxic people are extremely attracted to people who are generous with their time because they know that you'll drop anything that you're doing to tend to their requests and demands. They'll call you up not caring if they interrupt your day so they can talk to you about their problems. They expect you to be there to listen to them, or will call you for favors and expect you to come to their aid immediately. In the end, it's up to you to set some boundaries to avoid them from abusing your time. Number 3, you have a rescuer personality. If you have a rescuer personality type, you see yourself as a white knight, and you're someone who jumps in compulsively and often uninvited to save others. You have a deep desire or need to save other people and want to fix their problems. As a rescuer, you believe you have the necessary influence, charm, or persuasive powers to help change people or their situations for the better. Does this behavior align with your own? This kind of behavior can unwittingly attract...
That was interesting. I'm not saying that what was being said is incorrect, but I would say it's correct to a degree. Because being a person who shares their time, that isn't necessarily bad. All of the traits that they said, people pleasing and all of that. If you do all of those things without boundaries, then yes, you're calling in someone who's going to prey on that. But oftentimes, we don't see the white knight personality as someone bad, or not bad. Bad is not the right term. We don't see them as someone toxic. We don't see what they're doing, like people pleasing, as on the same level as the toxicity that people pleasing tends to call in. right? Very interesting. The outer is a mirror of the inner. The person did not place an advertisement to call this person in, right? The person placed a frequency. What does the current relational situation reveal about what that frequency describes? What interior state does it translate, right, into external form with such consistency? This is what I'm talking about. If you're people pleasing to get some kind of payoff for yourself, whether it be validation, approval, acknowledgement, then now we're seeing the toxicity around your intention for people pleasing, right? And then you call in toxic people who feed. You're bringing food to them, or fuel, or supply. However you want to label it, that's what you're bringing to the table. I'm asking you, have you had a personal confrontation with your inner a-hole? Have you? Have you like sat down and, I do this to me. Why? I say these things to me. Why? Right? I sabotage myself. Have you had that conversation with that aspect of yourself? And if you have, do you recognize them in the person you are attracted to? That's a heavy question. And like I said, a lot of people don't want to speak on that level. They don't want to reveal on that level. But this is the main reason why we get the type of person we get. Number one, self-unawareness. We're unaware of the mechanism that's operating. We don't know how the broadcast in us is being projected outwardly. And you're calling in predators to prey on you, right? Again, the person you call an a-hole, they didn't arrive randomly, right? Didn't arrive randomly. The person's behavioral field produced conditions that made this person's arrival probable. Name those conditions. Not the external circumstances, but the internal ones. And identify, right? Identify which ones you built deliberately. Like, I built this frequency. I want you to identify it. Because am I wrong? Isn't it easy to blame your partner for failing you than it is to blame you for failing you? And, Sean Belk says, we are so aware. We invite them as a source of safety and familiarity, even if doing so is unhealthy. 100%, Sean. I'm not trying to villainize anybody. I'm simply saying, are we better at looking and blaming the outside source than we are looking and claiming from an internal space? And if so, why is that the case? Right? Here's a better question. What in you would you have to stop signaling at the atomic level, at the autonomic level, below stated preference for this type of person to stop arriving? And what would the person lose if that signal went quiet? When I come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep cooking. Let's go.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
From station to stage, LA Metro connects you to the artistic heart of Los Angeles. Celebrate this National Arts Month with Metro, exploring galleries, theaters, and cultural spaces across the city. Art isn't just where you end up, it's how you get there.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. The midterm election campaign season is here now. The 2028 presidential election is right around the corner. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. It's all in for 2026 and 2028. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Break out the champagne. Everybody get a glass.
You know, 5 years goes fast when you're doing something you love. 5 years of being right there with you, in your car, in your kitchen, at work, in your earbuds. And we don't take that for granted, not for a second. When it came time to celebrate our 5th anniversary, we knew it had to mean something. And we're celebrating on the most fitting day there is, Juneteenth. We're still putting the finishing touches on something really special. And before we tell the world, we want to tell you first. Once we announce this event publicly, we expect that seats are going to go fast, really fast. So, go to our website right now at KBLA1580.com and sign up to make sure you're the very first to hear what we've got planned. Before we go public with all the details, you've been riding with us. It's only right you're first to know. KBLA1580.com. We'll see you on Juneteenth for our 5th anniversary banger. Banger, banger, banger.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
That's 100.
Hey! listening to the smooth grooves of the VOR. The voice of reason ain't playing no games tonight. I'm talking to you about who you keep attracting in your life. That negative vibe. Why do you like them so much? You don't even know why. But we're going to slide into the topic tonight in the breeziest of ways.
But you are. For this reason, toxic people will always come close to you with a powerful force. There's nothing they enjoy more than talking about themselves, and you're the best person for them because you're always willing to listen to them talk. So what's your opinion about this? I hope you enjoyed watching this cool video, and if you have something on your mind, don't hesitate to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the...
Yeah, I was like, who is that? That was the end of it. It's all good. I'm the voice of reason here. If every difficult person in your relational history has been arriving as an external form of an interior answer, right, that you keep refusing to retrieve, what happens the moment you stop refusing to retrieve that answer, to process what inside of you has been calling that mirror to you? Not conceptually, but somatically, in your body, in your breath, in your chest, and the throat, and the place in the gut where the pattern lives, right? What happens there when you finally turn toward the source of the invoice rather than away from the person delivering it? I'm asking these questions tonight because I know we all struggle with relationships. But I think the relationship that we struggle with the most is the relationship with ourselves. Self-acceptance is more difficult to acquire. Maybe we've been conditioned to believe that. So we've turned it external. Let me go acquire acceptance externally. But the external sources that we're attracted to lead us back to what we have orphaned, what we have perpetually sequestered. There's something in you that needs you. Does that make sense? Right? It said in reverse. What does this person activate in you that you cannot activate in yourself? Do you understand? Have you ever triggered yourself to see the work that is necessary for you to do to evolve, to expand, to grow? Do you see what I mean when I say we've inverted relationships? Relationships are now outsourced solutions, right, that help maintain our peace. That's not how relationships work. Relationships are mirrors for you to see that the solution has always been buried within thee, within you. Do you see? Now, that's a hard way to look at it, and it's difficult. You want somebody to show up and love you a certain kind of way? Nah, you got to love you the way you want them to love you. Right? What does this person activate in you that you cannot activate in yourself? Right? Not what do they do wrong? Not that. What do they make you feel that you have never been willing to feel without them as the cause. I'm asking you to look at why you choose the type of people you choose and how that is a reflection of your self-awareness or lack thereof. Right? This show tonight is asking, who was the original tenant? And why are you still paying rent on a wound you won't acknowledge you're carrying? Does the outer a-hole give you the receipt for the rent you've paid on a wound you won't acknowledge that you're carrying? This is what relationships are about. What would you have to face about yourself if this person turned out not to be the problem? You said they were the problem because they triggered a problem in you. But that problem has been with you for every relationship you've ever been in. And the relationships are there to trigger the problem in you so you can take responsibility and begin the healing process. Yeah, this is different. We got Valerie on the line from Los Angeles. Valerie, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, Val?
I wasn't going to call tonight because I'm in my little girl is in the driver's seat, and I'm very playful today. But you hit on something.
Okay.
And that is with the succession of every relationship, I allowed more until I got to a space where I not only entertained, but allowed myself to enter into a relationship that after a year became emotionally abusive. And by the end of the 4th year, he was running across my living room, calling me the N-word, hard ER, and saying he would F me up. To which I rolled a cigarette and told him to get the F out of my house. I was done. I loved myself too much to give him any more space to figure it out. But the a-hole in me.
Wait, stay right there. I already know you about to cook. Stay right there. Val from Los Angeles is about to talk about the a-hole within her. When we come forward, more hot fish grease.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. A funeral was held Monday morning for Black St. Louis police officer Gregory Triplett. He died after suffering a medical emergency during a training exercise on April 1st.
Officer Triplett's legacy isn't just the years he put in. It's the people he helped shape, the officers he mentored.
Triplett was 58 years old and served the department for 32 years. Maryland's newly signed budget includes more than $50 million in state funding for Washington County. The spending plan signed by Black Governor Wes Moore includes money for upgrades at Roxbury Correctional Institution, Hancock's wastewater treatment plant, and design work for a new